Hi, today is Top 5 Friday, and really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money, so help keep the channel independent and check out my products. I've got some new things coming very soon on the Amazon link below. So today is our first Top 5 Friday, and I've had a lot of requests for Top 5 lists, and today I'm going to be doing my top, actually 6 vitamin C serums, and then I've also got a few suggestions on ones to avoid, if possible. So my first top vitamin C serum, and probably my absolute favorite currently, is the DERMAdoctor High Potency Evening Oil. And this has a pretty high concentration of vitamin C in it. And I typically at Ulta, you can check it out. Every so often they do beauty month or beauty deals. And the last two times they've done this, they've had this one on sale. That's when I picked it up probably 5 months ago. So otherwise it is a little bit pricey, but it's well worth it because they've got it packaged very well. They've got it packaged in a nice pump bottle, and the bottle is also opaque, so it's protected from exposure to sunlight, which can be kind of degrading to vitamin C. And I really like this. It's just a very light texture. I've actually been using this lately, mixing it in with my Protini, but it is a light serum oil texture. It also leaves your skin feeling hydrated, so it's nice to have in a vitamin C serum. But it is pretty high potency, so if you're new to vitamin C and you're going to start using this, I do recommend mixing it with something. I still do that generally, and I've been using this typically in the evening. It is an evening oil. But DERMAdoctor, they also have a vitamin C product as well that comes with a dropper bottle. That one's good. This one I just like a little bit better because of the packaging and the fact that I find it to be hydrating. So this is probably my current favorite. And my next favorite is a newer product, and that is the Peter Thomas Roth Potency Power Serum. And this one also is packaged very nicely as well. I find this to be hydrating. It's got a kind of a creamy consistency to it. So it's also very strong, but it's also kind of a nice cream gel texture, but it leaves your skin feeling nice and soft. And this one I tend to use more so in the mornings under sunblock. Usually if you use vitamin C is very good antioxidant, so using in the daytime is preferable because it kind of helps your sunscreen work better. It helps protect your skin from free radicals. And it just overall is one of the best antioxidants you can use. And probably, in my opinion, probably the third best anti-aging ingredient behind sunscreen and retinol is kind of where I throw vitamin C. So this is a good one. Also expensive. It's about $90, but the way they packaged it, it will last very long for you versus other packaging or jar packaging. So this is a good one. SkinCeuticals makes a good vitamin C product, but in my opinion, $160 is, you don't need to spend $160 on vitamin C. Otherwise, it would have made the list. But the price for that is, the price for this is expensive, but $160 is a little ridiculous. And my other thing with the SkinCeuticals one, because I know everyone's going to ask why that isn't on the list, I found that to oxidize very fast, and it's probably because of the dropper bottle. But the last few times I purchased it, it just oxidized so fast, I couldn't even use the whole bottle. And when you're spending that much money, you want it to last as long as it possibly can. So anyway, so this is probably my close second favorite. My third one is something that I've just recently found, and that is the Cosrx Triple C Lightening Liquid. And this does a good job. It's very fresh is kind of what I found with this. But it's affordable. I believe it's right around $30. You can only get it right now on socoglam.com. So keep that in mind. But very fresh. Still almost pretty clear. So you can tell it's pretty fresh. But it's very watery, but absorbs very quickly. Also very strong. And I like the fact that it's got a pretty pure formula. It's almost all vitamin C and chokeberry. That's like the majority of the formula. So it's pretty pure. But it can also be very strong, so be careful with it, especially if you have dry skin and you're going to use this. Use a serum first, put this on, let it absorb a minute or two, and then apply a good moisturizer on top of it because It's a very high concentration. It can dry your skin out. I've read a lot of reviews from people that said this just dried their skin out super fast. So always put a moisturizer on over it, especially with this one. And it's such a lightweight formula that it's really not going to give you any hydration, but it's going to give you a lot of antioxidants. So this is a good one. Very, very close third. My next one definitely is going to be the Clinique Fresh Pressed. This is an older one, but I picked up a container of 4 of them. And if you have a cosmetics company store near you, they're usually in outlet malls. It's worth looking for this there because the price I paid for this one, I think, was about 30 to 40% off had I purchased this at Sephora or Ulta. So if you have an outlet mall near you, it's worth checking out for a cosmetics company store. They carry Clinique, Estee Lauder, Smashbox, Becca, Tom Ford is there, MAC. So you can get a lot of regular products there for a severe discount. So it's worth checking, especially if you're into Tom Ford, because that stuff's pricey. If you can get it as a cosmetics company store, it's worth the price of driving there. So especially if you like a lot of the lipsticks and things. You're not going to find any of the new stuff out there, but you're going to find things that are staples in the brands. So what I like the most about the Fresh Pressed is the packaging. So it comes with a foil over it. You pull off the foil, and there is a little button in there, kind of a button, I guess. You press it, and then it instantly mixes it once you hit the button. And then you're going to want to use this container within about 7 to 10 days of doing that. But it is very fresh. Like I said, the Cosrx is very fresh. This one's even fresher because you mix it once you decide to do it. So very nice, but it can be pricey. That's why if you have a cosmetics company store, it's worth checking out because 7 to 10 days you're going to get with this package, probably about 40 days or about a month and a half worth. So it's worth checking out because it can get a little pricey. So that's my 4th. And the 5th, which is sadly going down and down and down in my opinion, is the Drunk Elephant Firma serum. And the reason it's going down is because I find the last few times I've purchased this, it feels like it's already oxidized or old. So this was probably my first vitamin C serum that I really repurchased and really began to like. But now it seems like every time I purchase it, by the time I get it, it's oxidized. See, it's pretty dark. The lighter the vitamin C serum is, the fresher it is. So this is pretty oxidized. That's also one of the issues I had with the SkinCeuticals one, how fast it oxidized. But it seems like lately, by the time I get the Drunk Elephant Firma, the first time I use it, it's already beginning to oxidize. So if you can get it fresh, it's a great one. But I think perhaps their company is just growing so much and the supply and demand or maybe they're staying on the shelf longer. I'm not sure what it is, but I've also heard from a lot of other people that have had similar problems. So if you can get a fresh one, it's a great serum. Definitely great, especially if you have dry skin because it's kind of an oil serum. This one works best in the daytime, in my opinion. Works well under sunblock because of how light it is and absorbs. Hydrating texture as well. No fragrance, things like that. But I'm kind of losing faith, so I'm interested if you guys have had that happen lately, so leave a comment. Or if you've picked it up recently and it's not been oxidized, where did you pick it up? Did you pick it up in a set or what store? Anyway, so I'm losing a little bit of faith in this one, but hopefully we'll see. I don't know. This is about half, has about half left, so very oxidized. So I don't know. So those are my top 6. It's top 5 Friday, but I threw in a 6th one. Oh, wait, this is the 6th one now. Okay. So this is also a totally different version of vitamin C than these. Here I've got serums, moisturizers, oils, liquids. This one comes in a different container altogether, and it's a powder, and it's cheap. And this is the Ordinary's L-Ascorbic acid powder. And this is a good one because it's cheap. It's like $5 or $6, and you can mix it. And L-Ascorbic acid is probably, I believe, one of the strongest forms of vitamin C, but it goes bad pretty quickly. So having a powder version, you can mix it with whatever serum you want. It almost looks like cornstarch or something else I won't say, but You can mix it, you can customize it, you can make it as strong as you want or as weak as you want. You can mix it with a moisturizer, mix it with an oil. I don't recommend mixing it. A lot of people ask me if they can mix it with water. I don't, just because the water doesn't really add anything, but mix it with a light serum. So I really like the fact that you can kind of customize it and make whatever strength you want with it, and it's still pretty fresh as you're mixing it, and it's cheap, which is also I'm a huge fan of. So this one is a good one to check out. And people ask me about mixing with their sunblock too, and I just don't. I wouldn't recommend playing much with sunblock, mixing anything with sunblock, because you can lower its efficacy and things like that. So just mix it with a serum or moisturizer. I love to mix it with a Protini. That's a good one. It's one of my favorite moisturizers. So that's probably my 6th favorite. And then I'm going to show you a few that I don't recommend picking up, if I can help save you a little bit of money. The first one I don't like is also from the same brand that made the powder. And it's the Ordinary Vitamin C Suspension 30%. And for me, the reason I don't like this isn't really for any of the formulary ingredients. This one, for me, it just seemed once I applied it, it has a little bit of a grainy texture to it. And it's just not very aesthetically pleasing, to be honest. And that's really the only reason I don't like it, is because it's not very aesthetic. It doesn't work well with other ingredients or other products. It doesn't play well with makeup. And it just leaves something to be desired. A lot of people like it, which is awesome. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it as a formula. It's just the aesthetics of it is what I don't like. But if you can get it to play nice with your other products, there's nothing wrong with that. I just find it to be a little too grainy for my liking, because it kind of just ends up feeling kind of just dry and grainy. So, so that is that. Another one I don't recommend, and a lot of people like this one as well, and I went through several of these little containers. It's the Sunday Riley CEO, and the reason I don't like it are the jar packaging. It contains some fragrance ingredients, and it does feel nice on your skin, but the jar packaging just isn't ideal for vitamin C, because it's such a good antioxidant, but the more it's exposed to air and light, the more it degrades. So by the time you get to the bottom of your jar, and it is a little pricey, there's not much vitamin C active, probably because of how much it's been exposed to air and light. So it does feel nice and hydrating. I know a lot of people really like it, but that and the fragrance combination and the price, it just leaves things to be desired when you can get something for far more affordable. So, and then the other one is another one that a lot of people like, and it's the Ole Henriksen Truth Serum. I've went through several of these little bottles, and this one just has fragrance in it. And I just wasn't a huge fan of this one because of the fragrance ingredients. And for me, I know a lot of people with more oily skin like this because it absorbs quickly, but it's got a lot of citrus fragrance in it. So it just, especially if you're going to use this in the daytime, you don't want to use things like that on your skin in the daytime, because citrus, once it's exposed to sunlight, can become an even more possible irritant and sensitizer to your skin. So you're better off avoiding it. It's mid-range price, but I think you're better off going with something else. Perhaps like the Cosrx brand is even more affordable. So this one, again, like the CEO, just contains a lot of fragrance. But it does definitely feel nice on your skin. A lot of people absolutely love it, but I think you're better off going fragrance-free, especially when it comes to something you wear during the daytime. The sunlight can react with some of those, and it just makes it even more of a potential skin sensitizer. So that's kind of my first top 5 Friday. So I'm interested in other top 5 lists that you guys have to suggest. So let me know. I've got some listed from previous suggestions. But if you have something else, let me know what you're interested in. Anyway, so I hope you liked it. Leave a comment. If you have a top 5 vitamin C list of your own, let me know what it is. I love hearing from you guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I come with at least one new video every day. And check out nobsbeauty.net and the Amazon link below. Thank you so much, guys.